This is Eric and Gord. What if we're right? Listen to the world changing.
Ready?
Yep.
Hi there. Happy Tuesday. It is June the 9th, 2020, and I'm Eric talking at you once again from Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, where every time you make an absolute statement to me, I'm absolutely going to wait for it to bite you in the ass.
And as you should.
Absolutely don't do that. Absolute statements don't work for me. Hi, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling your friends. Numbers are looking good. We even made a couple of charts this week. So thank you guys for that. Woohoo. Like 1,500th and 600. We were 600 and something on May 31st or 29th or something. Anyway, I don't care about the numbers. The fact that we're on a chart means you guys are awesome.
Means somebody's listening and they like us.
I got no shout outs for anybody today. Not shouting out to anybody. I'm shouting out to the people at Zenabis, the cannabis company based out of Surrey.
Okay.
Shout out to Zenabis Global.
Way to go, Zenabis.
Who makes they produce cannabis and cannabis derived products. And I bought some stock in their company, and it did okay today.
Very nice.
So thank you, Zenabis.
I want to do a quick shout out to Milton, the town of Milton,
You did
the
that
whole town.
yesterday.
No, I don't care. I'm going to keep promoting them because they're helping me, so I'm helping them. Thank you, Milton. That's all you get.
I think it's thank you website. Yeah, thanks, Milton. That's cool. I hope the rest of Ontario gets on board. You can get on board by checking out gordshop.com. And if you were to go to ericandgord.live and order yourself an Eric and Gord What If We're Right t-shirt, Gord will give you half price off all your first sharpenings.
Yeah, I will.
That's a not forever thing or something stupid. And it's not, don't bring in your whole fucking platoons knives. You know what I mean.
I know how many knives the average person has, so yeah, no.
I have none. All mine are plastic, so.
Oh, heartbreaking.
Oh,
I
no.
can still sharpen those.
Not necessary. They are used just once and destroy. I never have dishes.
That is amazing.
Paper plates and plastic utensils. My kitchen's always spotless.
My hot plate is beautiful.
I got a sick toaster oven. I don't know where you guys want to start today. But I had.
Where do you want to go?
I had all day yesterday to think, and that's never a good thing.
Uh-oh.
But I was watching videos of the demonstrations, to put it nicely, in the U.S.
Yeah.
And I was watching these cops grabbing people and arresting them. Some of them had masks. Most of them had no gloves. And that was the thing that really caught my eye. None of the cops had gloves. But they were grabbing people by the dozens and arresting them and throwing them onto school buses.
Yes.
In big groups.
Yep. The mass arrests. Yeah.
So the people who were driving around handing out fines to enforce social distancing 2 weeks ago are now blatantly violating all the protocols, grabbing people with their bare hands, and then forcing them into a small group in a bus.
Yep.
It made me think, why? Well, why would they do that? Why would they violate the protocols? And then it made me think, all the politicians telling us what to do, they're not losing any money. They're not staying home. The doctors on TV are getting paid to be on TV. They're not staying home. Their lives aren't affected whatsoever. And I was just looking, the cops aren't affected.
Nope.
And I went, wait a minute. What is the one thing that governments need above all else to be effective? They need control.
Absolutely.
Now, why? Sorry, I lost where I was going with this, but
I watched that
why?
leave your head, by the way.
Why were they more concerned at the beginning? Do you remember when COVID first started, the panic over inmates in prison,
Yep.
but no panic over care homes?
None at all.
Is that because prisons make money and care homes cost money?
That's exactly right.
And
Free labor from prisons.
they were losing control. Governments were losing control from Trumpy's fucking border wall to his impeachment hearing to all the bullshit. He was losing control. Like, why were governments around the world can't agree on fucking anything from nuclear bombs to fucking gas emissions. With 30 years, we've been fighting over greenhouse gases. We can't agree on that. But COVID, every country in the world agreed in a week?
Except for Brazil. Yep.
Why? Is it because it was never fucking about COVID? Because here's the narrative through the whole thing. It's the government saying, if you don't do exactly what we say, you and your family will die.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't stay far enough away from each other to communicate properly, you and your family will die. Yep. And if you don't listen to our doctor, the American one, or each province had one, if you don't listen to this doctor and do everything we say, this will go on forever and ever.
Yep.
It was never about COVID. It was never about keeping us safe. It was about control, getting back control. And then I realized it went perfectly into this fucking George Floyd thing. There's been 100 of these shootings. Fuck, Gord, go back and listen to our show. We got one of these every couple of days. Where was the outrage? It's because COVID was ending. People were going to the beaches. They were losing control. Now this is the biggest story in the world. Out of 100 fucking black people being shot, not minimizing any single one of them, why is this one so big? Why is every story now in the news? It's only ever one story, and it's the biggest fucking story around the world. It was the pipeline protests, and then it was COVID. Now it's George Floyd. And there's going to be another one that's the biggest story ever. And we're listening to these fucking guys just lie. It's nothing to do with us. Look at all these protests going on. In theory, all those people should have COVID within 2 weeks, right? So 2 weeks from now,
they are saying that there will be a massive outbreak in 2 weeks. That's
So if there's no massive outbreak in 2 weeks, which, by the way, the incubation period is 3 to 7 days, so the 2 week number is bullshit anyway. What do we do? What do we say when there is no massive outbreak in 2 weeks? What do they have to hold on to?
They were wrong with the same numbers they've been using.
They were wrong. They've been wrong this whole time, but it doesn't matter because it's not about COVID. That's why they don't care about telling us the age and the fact that everyone is 79 fucking years old and has a pre-existing condition. They don't bother mentioning that because it's not about us. It's just about control and getting us back under control. It's fucking so aggravating. And I can't believe it took me this long to figure it out. But I knew something's been fucking rotten since day one. And now I get it. If you don't do everything that we're telling you, you and your family will die. And
no matter how contradicting it is.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't matter.
And meanwhile, we don't have to do it. We're going to go about our lives. But we are going to take away your business, make you heavily reliant on government handouts.
Yeah.
And if you go back to your business, you and your family will die.
Yeah. And you will be killing others by doing so.
And
that's the other great lie.
scared everybody into the position we're in now. And by the way, not for nothing, but when COVID first started, I said the first thing you're going to see is a massive amount of property crime in the near future. And we've had 11 days of riots and people looting. So, gee, just
that one.
kind of mentioned there's going to be a lot of break-ins within a couple of months. Not exactly what I predicted, but not far off.
Not far off, though.
I said there was going to be property crime, and there was much, and it's still going on. And there's going to be no end to it, and I hope there isn't, because this has nothing to do with George Floyd, and it has nothing to do with injustice. It's just control.
Yep. Yeah, you know what? I absolutely say you're bang on.
It was your experiment, but it wasn't. I don't think this was a test for something coming. I think this was just.
It was a test for control.
Get the leashes back on the people, and
yes, that's what I missed when I had my theory about it.
They weren't. Trudeau's never going to look like a hero. Trump's never going to look like a hero, but now they're in control again. When
are you kidding me? Trudeau is looking like a fucking massive hero right now because of his 21-second silence.
At Christmas time, they were both meatheads.
Yep.
And now they couldn't control anything. Least of all, journalism.
Yeah.
They've managed to completely rein that in. And now they both have control over their respective countries. Trump has more control because he's controlling whether or not the border opens. So he kicks our ass. We won the NAFTA negotiations, and he took that shit right back.
Good luck trading without getting through the border.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And now we can't get our Canadian goods.
Yeah. Which is really fun. We can't get our Canadian goods from Mexico.
It's yeah, right. Ladies and gentlemen, don't do it. Go to work. Open your business. What are they gonna do? Don't. My whole thing is get rid of politicians, and these fuckers got scared.
Yeah,
they got
said,
scared.
We'll lock everybody down. Maybe they thought that if we were on lockdown, we could do the podcast, not understanding how they work.
Well,
just made our lives easier.
I wouldn't put that past them. But ladies and gentlemen, go to work. Go to the beach. First of all, don't go to the beach. We got a social distance. Who the fuck sits closer than 6 feet with anybody on the beach? You always make sure you're 6 feet away from the people next to you.
Yeah.
So why can't we go to the beach? What the fuck? Mm-hmm. When they're saying the heat and sunlight probably killed this thing, look at what happened at spring break. Yeah. How many of those kids died? How many got sick and died?
None.
How are we still falling for this fucking lie? All those kids should be dead by rights. If you listen to everything on the news, all those kids should be dead. All these rioters should be getting the coronavirus and dying. But nobody is. Nobody's getting it.
No.
It's in Canada. 200,000 people have it or whatever. Do you know one? Nope. Nobody does. Nobody knows one. No one I can talk to from coast to coast actually knows somebody who has this fucking thing.
Nope.
There
was a guy on social media that was called out for being, as an example, saying, I lost 7 family members of COVID. Right. Yeah, he did lose 7 family members. It was to a fucking car crash.
Were they driving a Chevy COVID?
It didn't mention the vehicle, but
the guy's been going around this year.
The guy's been going around social media sites, and he's been one of these guys commenting on shit. And yeah, it was just fucking hilarious. And he got called out for it. I caught that like about 3 days ago. Forgot to mention.
There's a whole bunch of examples of that. You and I pointed out the Ontario or Quebec. Yeah, I think it was the Quebec nursing home that had 31 deaths in one weekend.
Yeah.
5 of them were COVID related.
But count all 35 as COVID.
But that's what they do.
Important.
That's how they keep you in. They go, there was another death this weekend, over 60. That's all they say. A person over 60. They don't say he was 89 years old and had fucking angina.
Yeah.
They just say over 60. And he died. He fucking broke a hip falling out of his chair and had a heart attack. They don't tell you that.
No. Just another death. Another death.
This could not be a better example of what I'm trying to rally against when it comes to our government. It was all fun and games with fucking up the pot, and like I could make fun of them for that, but this is like scary dictator shit, and they're doing it under the guise of our best interests. It's got nothing to do with our best interests. And why would you think it did? Like, since when has the government ever given a shit about what's good for us?
Never, ever, not once in fucking history. I don't think. Ever.
If they did, they would be working on cancer.
Yeah.
The automobile accidents that kill more people than COVID every fucking year.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put two and two together. Gordon and I have said it for a long, long time, but you got to do the math, and this shit doesn't add up at all. At the end, the numbers are fucked. Go to work, open your business. At the end of the day, really, if you want to protest anything, the best way is to just take your lives back right now.
Yep.
Go to the park, ride your bikes, be with your kids, go to work every day, open your small business. What are they going to do?
Nothing.
Really, how can they punish you? They can't, because the fucking, we're all looking behind the curtain now, and there's nothing fucking there.
Yeah.
They're going to have to back off because they won't admit they were wrong, which they could have admitted right, like in the beginning, that they were wrong. They could have said, because they said no one's ever seen anything like this.
Yeah.
We've never seen a novel coronavirus, so we don't know what it's going to do. So they could have come out a month later and said, okay, we were fucking wrong. You're all going to be fine.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
No. All we got to do is just segregate the senior citizens and people who have this conditioning. Keep yourself separated.
Yep. Sorry for the overreaction, but we wanted to be sure. And now we're sure. That would have been easy, and we would all went, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But no. Nope, they got control. Nope. And we all, not we all, because I sure as fuck didn't, but a lot of us fell for it. All you toilet paper stockpiling, fucking global news watching, Whole Food, Costco shoppers.
Which, by the way, I don't know if you've seen, Eric, if you watch TV at all, but there's an amazing commercial that's been going on for the last couple of weeks from Charmin, saying during these difficult times, everybody needs toilet paper. Don't worry. We're working hard to make sure that we never run out and make sure everybody has toilet paper. I'm like, you guys are off by like a month and a half.
You're off by a month. Everybody has it.
Nobody cares.
I love
trying to give it back.
First thing Costco said was, we're not taking returns on toilet paper. Way to go, Costco. People have this Halloween, people's houses are getting fucked up. Everyone's toilet paper and everything in the fucking country.
Because Walmart won't take the fucking toilet paper back when everybody fucking gang busting them.
Nobody will. That's great. I'm good. Keep it. What the fuck were you gonna do with that much toilet paper? Why didn't anyone just go, wait a minute, why am I doing this?
Yeah. My favorite was when somebody was asked about the news. Why are you in here doing this? Because everybody else is. I have to too.
Yeah. Well, that's just it, right?
Well done.
And the government counted on that. All governments counted on that.
Yeah.
And the amount of life lost more than justifies it in their minds.
Yep.
They've got us under their thumb again. And we can't do anything. We don't even have enough money. We're relying on their money now. We don't have the independence to do anything about it. Fucking brilliant.
Thanks to my knife sharpening business.
Just brilliant. Well, I don't take a government dime. I didn't get the fucking whatever. I didn't qualify for it.
Yeah.
So I would have likely, I would have taken it. I'd like to say I wouldn't have, but I totally would.
Yeah.
I would have just bought cool shit for the podcast. So.
Well, that's just it, right?
I'd have a bigger, more on-air light.
That changes colors.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
So kids, that's COVID for you.
There it is.
I can't believe it took me so long to put together the prisons. Why were they so interested in prisons? Because prisons make money.
Yeah, see, that was one of the things I didn't get either. I couldn't. That was they said that was like that missing link of the puzzle. It didn't make any sense. Why are we worried so much about prisons when there's been no concern about outbreaks happening?
Because
not one person died in a prison.
if it did happen, the prison's not worth anything unless it's got people in it. If you got no inmates, the prison doesn't generate any money. That's how those supermax fuckers work.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to keep them safe. We got to keep them healthy. I think, don't let the fucking criminals die.
Yeah.
No.
They should be the last on your list.
Right? Every time. Every list.
Yeah.
But no, money. It's always money. I say it on the show so much. It doesn't matter. Everything's always money.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I don't care what it is. It's always just the money. It's so disgusting. It's just fucking insidious. I hate money so much. And I hate that they're doing this to us for money, which really that's all it comes down to. And it really bugs the shit out of me. And we don't have the upper hand over China. All China is doing is not sending us medical supplies now.
Yep.
Thank God we have our good buddies Taiwan stepping up and helping us out. But China is just like, nope, you fucked up Huawei, lady. You don't get no masks.
But that's not why we're doing it.
Yeah, no, not at all. Listen, you masks.
Just coincidence.
We make them out of 2 Michael skin. Fuck China. Sorry, guys. I tried to get on TikTok and get in you guys' good books, but your country is fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck China, not Chinese people. And fuck Trump and Trudeau for putting us in this goddamn position. Scaring people. Scaring people to the point where my mom is still scared. Not a single case. We're for thousands of miles around here. But my mom's still scared. Everybody's still scared. What the fuck are you scared of? There is no case. There's nothing going on. It's a fucking boogeyman.
Milton has been part of we've been listed as the extension for the lockdown for till the end of this month. And I'm thinking, but Milton has no cases.
No. Why? Locking down healthy people. Quarantining healthy people. When has that ever been a thing in history? You don't quarantine healthy people. You quarantine the sick people. What the fuck is going on? How come nobody stood up and went, wait a minute. This isn't how you do it. we all just went, oh, okay. Wait a minute. No, it makes no fucking sense.
No, none at all.
I've never,
it's a mess.
in the history of time, that's the other thing that struck me. You don't quarantine. Why would I quarantine? I'm not sick. Oh my God, damn it.
Kill somebody else.
No.
It was genius the way they pulled it off. You got to admit.
How would we kill anyone? We're all healthy. If healthy people get together and meet up with healthy people, how is it any different from any other fucking day of the year?
Because COVID works. COVID just appears out of nowhere when 2 people stand beside each other.
Absolutely.
That's how the disease works.
That's exactly how it works. And it's generated by giant
social
statues
distancing.
of Robert E. Lee.
They should change it from COVID to just the social distancing flu. If you get close to somebody, you're going to get it.
They should call it the fucking network news flu.
Yeah, that's
really
way more
the real sickness is these fucking fear mongers ruining our lives. And now it's the second wave. That second wave. Fuck, look at the Super Bowl party they just had in Boston. 100,000 people.
Yep.
How come they're not sick now? That was last weekend. They should all be sick and dying.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's sick. Nobody's fucking sick from this thing. 89% recovery rate. You know, in medicine, if there's like a 40% recovery rate, that's like good. That's worth it. That's a risk worth taking.
Yeah.
Why are we all locked down for 89%? What the fuck? Why would... If you had cancer and you had a 40% chance of living, that would be optimistic.
Yeah.
But 89%, that's... Oh, no.
World
Lock yourself
shutdown.
fucking amazing. Just amazing. Fucking Kaiser Soze tricks. And everybody went for it except for me. I'm sure there's a few people in the world that didn't.
Yeah, there's always a few.
And feel free, if you're one who didn't, feel free to call me. Or email Gwyneth Paltrow's COVID-free vagina at gmail.com. I should change it.
You know who else didn't fall for it? It was the mayor of Las Vegas.
Yeah, right?
She didn't fall for nothing.
I told you she was a smart lady.
There's an awesome video of a guy sitting at one of the casinos, and he's got his mask on, and he lights his cigarette through the side of the mask, and he just keeps dropping the mask down to exhale and puts it back up again.
I would have just put a little hole in the mask and had the cigarette stick it out.
That's what I would have done. It's fucking great.
The masks that do nothing. The masks
Nothing.
that every doctor and health organization in the world says they don't help, but wear them. Why?
Because the doctor did a sneeze test on 2 Petri dishes and said, "Look, when you're wearing a mask, nothing grows on it." Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
The whole thing is fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
I don't know what to do about it. There's nothing I can do now. We're here. This is where we are. It's all up to you guys. You guys have to decide what you're going to do. I would imagine most of you are going to maintain the status quo, and that's cool. That's whatever. I would say come election time, you've got some real thinking to do this time.
Yep.
Because this was some evil shit by 2 evil guys. I guarantee they work together. Because you notice they're not talking about each other right now. They're not shooting each other down like they used to. There's no badness, and except for Justy's 21 seconds where he couldn't think of anything, so everyone thinks he's a genius now.
I love that.
And he just, that was so brilliant the way you didn't say anything. What? Oh, yeah. That was my plan the whole time. It wasn't. You just didn't want to, everyone was making fun of you because every speech has 75 uhs in every sentence. So instead of your uhs, you just kept your mouth shut. Oh, brilliant.
He almost, if you watch the video, he almost said twice because he pretty went, like he just sort of partially opened his mouth and then just stopped.
Fucking teleprompter broke down. Now he's a genius. There was no words on the screen. I didn't know what to do. Brilliant.
Brilliant. You faked it, man. You faked it till you made it. It was great.
Guess what, people? You're not going to die from COVID. And it's fucking Pride season. What's going to happen? You're going to get Pride to fucking cancel itself because of COVID? Fuck you. I've seen this.
No, they're going to get Pride to cancel because now it's Black Lives Matter.
I've seen, that you're right. You're absolutely right. Did you see Seth Rogen's Twitter feed?
Oh, where he was calling these people out?
They said all lives matter. He responded with, "Fuck you, stop watching my movies."
Yeah.
And it goes on. I've got the Twitter feed. It goes on for like
so many.
100. He responded to each one individually. Fuck yourself. Fuck you and your mother.
Fuck you, don't watch my movies.
Fuck you, stop watching my movies. You don't deserve my movies.
Fuck you,
and he looks like fucking Nick Nolte right now. He's just crazier than shit. But good on you for I gotta take his side, and I don't like him. I like him. I don't like his movies for the most part.
Yeah.
And that goddamn SkyTrain thing almost. Oh Jesus.
I was so bummed I only got to hear that one.
But that was amazing. And this whole all lives matter or fucking cops lives matter. Who the fuck are you?
Oh, Jesus.
What a bad time to bring that up. Yeah, stop with the all lives matter. You don't get it. If that's what you think is the narrative right now. And you know what? I gotta say, I heard Candace Owens, the thing you mentioned the other day. I looked it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
She looks fantastic as always.
Yeah, she does.
Maybe her point is valid. Maybe it's not. I don't think it's necessary right now. That's not where we want to go with the narrative is, oh, this guy was a criminal. Who gives a fuck? It's not about him right now.
Yeah.
It's about police brutality on a group of people. Was George Floyd a criminal? Probably. Who cares? That's not what this is about. Stop trying to add things that we don't need. You're just confusing it and taking away from what's really going on. And for a woman of color to be doing that, I know where like her stance is. I get it. I respect it, but it's not the time.
Yeah.
It's not the time for all lives matter. It's not the time for George Floyd is a fucking criminal. It's the time for cops need to quit killing black men for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
All this other shit doesn't matter. It's sideshow shit. Quit it.
No,
That's
it.
Stop giving them control. That's what this is all about. That's why, like Gord said, you're not riding in their neighborhoods. You're riding in yours.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not losing sleep at night. They're not losing money. It's not their businesses being broken into.
No, it certainly is not.
Fucking bastards.
You remember?
No, I don't.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, done. I'm going to leave it. I'm done.
That
was
done.
I don't know how long that was, but that was a long enough.
That was a good one.
For now. I'll go back to it.
We'll come back. Don't worry, because pretty much everything I'm talking about is going to come back to it at some point. So, I found like this story jumped up and I found like perfect. I read through the story. I'm like, this is great. Eric will fucking love this because it's exactly what you said would happen. I told you about a video. It was mentioned as like a snippet piece as we were just talking about a whole bunch of fucked up shit that's going on with these protests. And I mentioned how I saw a video where a cop drags one guy out of a fucking car. They're like university kids and they're just leaving a protest. And the cop literally comes out, drags one guy, tries to drag the driver out of the fucking car and ends up tasing them both.
Oh, okay.
It was just a little, I just mentioned it as a brief. Yeah, I saw these fucking crazy shit. Well, the two cops who were directly involved were fired after they were showing them using stun guns on the two college students. Yeah. They were fired as soon as they saw that, when the police chief or whatever saw the police chief and the mayor, when they saw this, they said, okay, fuck these guys. They're both fired right away. Well, the two cops have now filed a lawsuit saying they're fired in violation of the city's code without investigation, proper notice, or pre-disciplinary hearing. Exactly what you said. I mean, word for you literally said without investigation, without proper notice, without disciplinary hearing. You nailed the shit out of it. So they have that, which I thought was great. Now, where these guys lost their argument was the suit states that the officers were denied due process, and the other officers who engaged in substantially similar contact were not dismissed. Yeah. Just because somebody else did it, that's where you lost your argument, buddy.
That's why they bumped up the charges against Buddy, eh?
Yeah.
Because they couldn't, if the original murder 3 charge, they couldn't, the other officers, you can't aid and abet murder 3. There's no aiding and abetting that crime. So they had to make his crime murder 2 to get the other cops charged.
Oh.
I listened to a lawyer.
Nice. Good man.
Mark Garagos, the most unpopular lawyer in the world. O.J. Simpson's lawyer. For those of you who don't remember,
who did he defend?
Everybody. He defends all the worst of the worst. He's now defending Scott Peterson, who's getting a retrial.
Oh.
Because something about death penalty was overturned or something like that, and he was sentenced. Like he was sentenced to the death penalty or whatever, but then it got like overturned in the state or something like that. So now he has to get a retrial because the jury selection, they picked like a pro-death jury, and that's, I don't know, some violation. Anyway, Mark Garagos defends all the worst. He's very rich, but he doesn't care. He wants the dirtier the better.
Yep.
But he's not getting involved in this case, obviously. but he's got very intelligent things to say about it. He has a very good podcast. I don't recall what it's called. That's terrible of me. But it's like a law podcast, and it's very interesting.
Very cool.
So yeah, that was cool to find out. But anyway, sorry, I know that was off topic. I just wanted to mention that. Yeah, charges are interesting things.
Yeah, I just knew you'd fucking love that one. Just thought that was great.
Well, I would like to say I'm surprised.
No. Now, the other one that we talked about, again, albeit briefly at the time, which was the video of the cop that shoved the 75-year-old protester.
You know what's funny? I accidentally this weekend ended up mixing and mastering and publishing that episode twice.
Oh.
So I've heard the conversation several times now.
So you actually know what I'm talking about this time. Nice.
I totally had no recollection of doing it. So I did the exact same episode twice, and I almost identical both times too in the editing.
That's funny.
So anyway, sorry. Yes, I do recall.
So 75-year guy. Now this guy has been doing peaceful protests and part of them for years. He's a big, tall, fucking old white guy. He got in front of the cop's face with his phone in front of him. I mean, he's being a dick. He's being arrogant, waving his phone in front of the cop's face. But nonetheless, cop fucking walks up and shoves him. Guy flies back, clamps his fucking head off the concrete, blood starts pouring out of his head, and the cops just keep walking by. A third cop stops to help, and the first guy looks back, yells at him, says, fucking just keep moving. And then so he just left him there and kept moving.
Right.
The guy is still in hospital for when this happened. Now, the reason why I bring all this up is because our good old buddy fucking Trumpy, just wow, literally released a tweet saying Buffalo protester shoved by police could be an Antifa provocateur. 74-year-old Martin Gugino was pushed away after appearing to scan police communications in order to black out the equipment. He quotes OANN, which is the One American News Network, which is they're a sister thing to Fox News.
Right.
He goes, he quotes, he hashtags OANN. It says, I watched. He fell harder than he was pushed. Was aiming scanner. Could be a setup.
I think so. That's what I said too.
The president.
Trump's listening to me. That's what it is. I said that as soon as you brought it up. I'm like, it's probably fake. I'll send you a video of me pushing me that hard.
Yeah, he's not saying it's fake. He's saying that it's a setup. He's saying it's.
I'm going to take his side.
You just said the whole thing. Well, the whole thing was fake altogether. He's saying, oh no, it's just a setup. It's actually Antifa.
I don't think he's totally wrong.
Ugh.
I don't know for sure. I don't know. None of it adds up. None of it matters. No, it's not Antifa. Fuck. Why is a 75-year-old guy blocking signals? No, he's not. He's waving his phone in your face. Stupid. Like, I know it's probably not what it appears to be. I'll give him that much. Nothing is on the news.
No.
Nothing is what it appears to be. But some of it, like, come on, Trumpy. Even you got to understand that's retarded.
Yeah, no, that fucking twat waffle just doesn't. He just doesn't get anything. Really doesn't. It's a shock.
But yeah, I don't like the old guy.
No.
Just say
No, I don't either.
don't like him.
The other big thing to hit on the weekend, Chicago. Way to get back in the swing of things, boys. Right back at it. Between 7 p.m. Friday, May 29th, and 11 p.m. Sunday, May 31st. 25 people killed in the city with 85 wounded by gunfire.
Very nice.
It is the one day alone was 18 murders in 24 hours.
Beautiful.
It's the most violent day in 60 years in Chicago.
Now, why did we do social distancing if we were just going to get out and kill each other?
Right.
What a waste of your lives, idiots.
Well, because Trump can, which he's doing, is now saying, hey, crime's been at its lowest. That's because of me.
Yeah.
Which he
Sure.
is doing.
But it's not really at its lowest because you've got 10 days of riots and Chicago killing themselves.
Yep.
So they're going to make up for lost crime.
and they're doing a gangbuster. So yeah.
Ridiculous. In case you guys haven't clued in, those listening on the air, you might not be able to hear so clearly that I've got a runny nose and sore throat. I've clearly been COVIDed to keep silent.
So this will be the last episode from Eric. He's going to die tomorrow, apparently.
I refuse. Don't forget, I am right chock full of fucking flesh-eating disease. That'll eat the shit out of your COVID.
He's not lying. It'll stop it right in his tracks.
It's my venom, my symbiotic suit. It's my anything that tries to attack me, my flesh-eating disease attacks it right back. No, he's mine.
He's mine. I'm keeping him. I die without him. Fuck you.
And I like it that way. But don't give me COVID because it won't work.
No. Chicago also had a record number of 911 emergency calls on the 31st alone. They usually average around, like the average day, they have around 15,000 calls. That day, they received 65,000 calls.
Very nice. Chicago also has
more.
They also have an unnecessary amount of stupid cop and fire shows about their city.
Yeah, which makes no sense.
Chicago Fire, Chicago Hope, Chicago Cop, Chicago PD, Chicago F. And fuck off. Your city is tearing itself apart. Don't make TV shows out of it. Go stop crime, idiots.
Can't do that. So yeah, I'm just insane numbers.
I'm boycotting deep dish pizza.
Don't ever say that.
No more Chicago deep dish.
I've never had it, so I can't boycott something I haven't had yet. That's just mean. That's so cruel.
Well, you could have it. I'm just not going to.
Okay, I will have it.
I'm not banning it.
I'm just boycotting it.
Oh shit! I'm tired. I went to work 1 hour early today, and I'm fucking destroyed.
Just dying from it now.
It's not even early. I went at 7 instead of 8. Like it's not like.
Well, dude, that half an hour extra early I was going into work killed me. It's just half an hour.
Yeah, but that was at least an hour that someone might empathize. Like no one
starting
at 7 a.m. That's not fucking early. That's
average.
Yeah. But I start at 8. I only got to push snooze 4 times instead of my standard 12.
Have you ever heard the names John Spiller and Jacob Mears?
Yes, they are porn stars. Hungarian porn stars, I believe.
Are you actually reading the article?
No, I have no idea.
No, because you're completely wrong. It's okay.
Yeah.
John Spiller and Jacob Mears. They both had they started up these 2 businesses, one called Rising Eagle, the other called J Squared Telecom. They were insurance telemarketer companies.
I've heard of J Squared.
There's probably a reason for that because the Federal Communications Commission is proposing a $225 million fine, the largest ever, against 2 health insurance telemarketers for spamming people with 1 billion robocalls using fake phone numbers.
Nicely done, fellas. I can do that. I can do that for our podcast. I don't, but I could.
Well, apparently you shouldn't. Cause
don't
bad
do it.
idea.
It's a bad idea. Only if you get caught.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the trick, right?
That's pretty brutal. amount. That's the U.S. obviously.
That's the U.S. And it was over the course of 4 months. They did 1 billion calls in 4 months.
All to the same dude.
Right? What the fuck, man? This is like the billionth time. Dude, you're over exaggerating. No, it turns out they called him a billion
Oh,
times.
it was exactly a billion. And then he shot his phone and then himself. That's probably not part of the story, but it'd be cool if it was. No, it wouldn't. It's terrible. Those things were evil. I think Trudeau was using them in his first run.
Yes, he was.
And they were
Yeah,
horrible, evil, terrible invention.
Yeah. Yeah, they shouldn't exist.
If anything is more annoying than the fucking survey people calling you at dinner time, it's a robot calling you at dinner time. Fuck
See,
off.
I love getting the calls from people who are like when they're doing, well, they'll do the survey, but you're actually speaking to a person.
Yeah.
If a person calls me, I will fucking do it, and I will make their day. I will crack jokes. I'll get them laughing. We'll have a great time. We'll share a couple of stories. We'll have a good day about the whole thing, and I love doing that shit. It's fun. I'm making somebody else's day easier, and usually I end up getting something for free out of the deal at the end of the call. So everybody's happy.
Until they come out with a phone that gives out hand jobs, I'm just people.
When it rings, it just all of a sudden just grabs your dick and starts jacking you off.
Then I'll do the survey. But until you can do that, the answer is no.
Okay, sir, for the next question. Hang on. Faster. Slower. Faster. Oh!
And then I just have no opinion
just hang
on
up.
every question.
No comment.
On a scale of 1 to 5,
Don't care.
3. 3 for all of them.
The next 8 questions, 3.
Always pick 3. I didn't know that was a bad thing. Back in the day, I used to always, whenever someone was like, give me 5 stars, I'd just give them 3 every time. Now that I'm in the game, I know that's bad, but I used to just always give out 3 stars. Like, no matter if I liked you or didn't, you just got 3 stars. Now, that was kind of a dick move. I feel bad now. Sorry, anyone, 3 stars for me.
I saw a review for a restaurant yesterday. I couldn't stop laughing. It was a 1-star review, and it said, went to this pub. It was a really hot day. Went in there, been there before, always had great service this time. The food was great. I gave it a 1 star because it was hot in hell because your air conditioning wasn't working.
That is not an appropriate reason to give a 1 star.
You don't tell them that the food and service was awesome and then 1 star them because the air conditioning wasn't working. Like, that's just, you fucking dick.
1 star is only if you're pompous and have the combined brain power of rotting cabbage. That's what 1 star is for. It's not for broken air conditioners.
Applebee's, they get a 1 star for me because I've been to the restaurant twice and I've still never eaten their food because they refuse to fucking serve me.
Applebee's can go straight to fuck. I was so excited to go to Applebee's. That's another American restaurant that's just fucking completely let me down.
Have you actually tried the food? What was it like? I never got served.
Oh, God, it was the worst soggy nachos I think I had. The worst crap ever. This is in Burnaby. Like, they just opened them. I was like, oh, Applebee's. I see their commercials. They're good. No. Horrible crap. They're the Swiss Chalet of restaurants. Except Swiss Chalet is a restaurant, and it sucks too.
Yeah. Fuck you,
Fuck
Applebee's. Fuck Applebee's. Right in the apple ass. Anything related to Apple. Fuck you.
Yeah, right?
There it is.
Applebee's, applesauce. I don't care. You can all go to hell. I'm self-quarantining you guys. You're on lockdown. Applebee's.
Yeah, right?
Everyone else can go back to work. If you own an Applebee's, fuck you.
You don't go nowhere.
That was really unnecessarily angry to Applebee's owners. I take it back, guys. It's not your fault.
No, fuck that. They can do something about it. No, fuck you. Fuck them. Fuck the owners. Fuck the owners especially. The waiting staff. I feel bad for you, for the most part, except for the ones that I dealt with because you motherfuckers didn't do your job.
Go to fucking IHOP and be racist.
Second last thing I should say. I got one more after this. The second last thing I got here is takes place in
Sorry, it was Olive Garden, wasn't it?
Hey, I will never talk bad about Olive
That's
Garden.
where the racists were, right?
That was where the racists were. That was
Olive Garden. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
IHOP.
If is there an IHOP in Iran? I wonder.
Ooh, that's a great question. There should be. IHOP on Iran.
Iran.
What about I jumped?
Iran, IHOP. I jumped. I ate pancakes.
And pancakes. And a burger, because apparently their burgers are good.
Iran's funny. You guys are funny.
I ran so far away.
I'm gonna say
never heard
that.
guy.
I ever meet fucking Ahmadinejad, just be like, you're so funny. Death to America. You're hilarious.
You're so cute. Look at you with your mustache.
Do that thing. Do that thing you guys do. Do that.
Oh fuck. A white person would freak out on you for that.
Apparently only women do that.
Yeah. Oh, is it really? Is it
Yeah.
only women that do it? Oh.
Allegedly.
And they cover their mouth when they do it. I know that much too.
Do that thing. Do the funny thing. the chicken thing. You know.
You know the turkey gobble gobble thing you do.
We don't do that. That to America. Yeah, that's so cute. You're like the puppet.
And I just finished telling people that we don't do racist stuff on the show.
As the last episode published declares in its title, I will not let racism stop me from being racist.
Oh,
I think that's what it's called.
Can't wait to go to hell. It's gonna be so much fun.
I am not being racist. I'm just saying racist things about certain reasons. I think that I don't remember what that episode was called. I think that's what it was though. It's a good episode. You guys should go back and listen. Everyone in India can now listen on whatever the crap it's called, the biggest podcasting station in India. Over 1 million listeners on this one thing that we're on now. And I can't think of the fucking name.
Well, they know because they're already listening.
Well, yeah, if you're listening on it, then you know what I'm talking about. So send me an email. Go on at paltrowsvagina@gmail.com. Tell me what your fucking station's called.
And we'll send you a pen.
I will send you a pen and a postcard and maybe a shirt, something printed.
Something.
I will a sticker. I can do stickers. I've got some cool,
I need a sticker for my guitar.
I've got some cool shiny sticker paper I haven't used yet because I used up all my ink on that damn t-shirt.
Yeah, no doubt.
Totally worth it. That thing got a hell of a reaction.
yeah, it certainly did.
I got applause at a crosswalk. It was great.
Did you really?
Yeah. One car started clapping, then a whole bunch were like, "Woo! Where can I get that shirt?" And I said, "You can't. I made it. You can't."
I'm the only one who's got it.
It's pretty cool. I like that. I like when I get. I don't know if you guys know this, but I kind of like to be the center of attention.
No, not
Yeah,
you.
A little bit.
Just a little.
Not introverted, I would say.
No.
No.
I would never think introvert and picture you.
No, not so much. So I enjoy that reaction when I like it's like I don't wear a t-shirt for me. I know what it fucking says. I don't wear it to entertain myself.
Yeah.
For you guys. So if I got no reaction from it, I would be upset.
Oh, it's like when I went out for that fucking Halloween and I put on that shirt that said I went to fucking Africa and all I got was just a lousy Ebola. I thought it was funny.
Racist.
And yeah, I said fucking some dude tried to fight me in a liquor store for it.
That's like blackface.
Yeah, right. Which speaking of, did you see there was a guy in Toronto at one of the protests that showed up in like not just blackface, but he had like blacked out arms and hands and legs and shit. Like full blackface walking through there, and he's like, "What's the big deal?" And he's got this huge smile on his face. Fucking cops arrested him right away.
Probably for his own safety. Geo Savan. Savin. Saavn. I don't know how you would say that. Geo Savin.
Savin.
Savin. I don't know. It's some Indian person. Please tell me how you say Geo Savin. Saavn. It's probably like
Todd.
Todd. Yeah.
I'd say Savin. That sounds about right.
Tell me how to
Savan.
pronounce that word, please. I work with 7,500 Indian people. I'm too scared to ask them.
I'm never too scared.
I feel like an idiot. Hey, how do I say this word? And then they go, I'm not from that part of the country. I go, what the fuck?
It's a different dialect than my part.
What good are you? Get back to work.
You're fired. Get the fuck out.
Got some good-looking girls working there, too. I can't pronounce any of their names, but they're all cute. And I think they're all Nevpreet. I have no idea. That's even a name.
I so want to move away from this conversation. And these days, right now, I'm so scared to have this fucking jokes right now. I'm really liking it though.
I wish that it was kidding. Yeah, move on. What were we talking about?
In Buckhannon, West Virginia.
Oh yeah.
Two men are suing the Roman Catholic diocese in West Virginia because they claim that they were switched at birth nearly 80 years ago.
Crazy.
Yeah, the switch was discovered last year when DNA tests showed that the two gentlemen had no genetic matches with their family that raised them, but did match each other's family. And they found out that they were both born on the same day in the same hospital.
Was one Arnold Schwarzenegger and one Danny DeVito?
Amazingly enough, no.
Too bad.
John William Carr III and Jackie Lee Spencer.
Do they look like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito?
No, I don't know. There's no pictures of them. I don't know.
That would be dope if we thought it Eric and Gord that were switched at birth.
Oh my god, that would be awesome.
But
this is the first time I've really heard about like where something like, I mean, you're talking 80 years ago. Like, I mean, that's a long, like, why sue now?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you spent 80 years with your loving family. Does it matter now? Like, really? Yeah. After 80 years, you're like, it was all a lie. No, they didn't. After 80 years, it was just your family, dude.
Yeah. They're claiming that Carr and Spencer and their families have suffered, quote, a lifetime of consequences from the switch. No, you haven't.
No, you have not.
You lived you're 80 years old. You lived your entire life.
Yeah, you did. And probably happily. Like, there was no, I don't feel like I belong. Yeah, for 80 years. No. Yeah. You question that shit when you're like 16, but you don't wait till 76 and you're like, Mom, Dad, can we talk?
Right. Like, you're walking up to the grave saying, Mom, Dad, we need to talk. Like, they were born in 1942.
Well, you're probably lucky you got switched then. I don't know why that means anything, but 42, that's like older than, that's, yeah, I don't get it. That's just suing for the sake of suing.
This August, they'll be 80 years old.
Yeah. I think the statute of limitations has expired on anything you can sue for there. I had 80 wonderful years with these great people. You bastards, you stole my life from me. Like, I could see if one of them was really rich and the other one turned out to be really poor and then he sued, that would make sense. Like, that's supposed to be my money.
Yeah. Well, I think, see, where the thing is, because the one guy had spent more than 50 years searching for the man listed on his birth certificate as his father. He was told that the man abandoned his mother prior to birth. So he's basically saying, I spent 50 years looking for somebody that's not even technically related to me. Well, I'm like, but you never found him.
Yeah, you never found him. That wasn't anyone doing that to you. You did that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but if I find out that a guy abandoned my mother, like the guy that fathered me abandoned my mother, I wouldn't go looking for him. I want nothing to do with that guy. Fuck him.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's he been? I want to. Why would I look out for him? He didn't. Fuck him. Wouldn't care.
Nobody took anything from, like, nobody forced you to go on that 50-year journey.
Yeah. Now he goes, but I never got to know my family.
Yes, you did. You knew
For
a
80
family.
years, you knew your whole family. You were raised by them. Just think of yourself as being adopted. Get the fuck over yourself.
I just signed up for GeoSavan, by the way, and it's neat because there's there's all these like Hindi and Bollywood podcasts, and then just us right there in the middle.
Just a couple of white guys.
Love it.
Stuck in the middle with you. Yeah. So
dudes, get over it.
Yeah. Get over yourselves.
That's just like, wow. I didn't expect at the beginning of the story. I didn't expect to agree with Gord so much, but he really brought it together at the end there.
There you go. You're more than welcome. This is what happens when I actually have a bit more time to pre-set up and read things first before I talk about it. Usually I don't. I just scan a quick one and just, all right, that'll work.
That is contrary to what I want us to do.
Yeah, well,
whatever.
Time is what it is. We always come around at the end anyways.
Pretty much, yeah.
Good news. The last thing I have, this is a bit of a sad thing here. 2 kids have been missing since September
for 80 years.
Missing since September of last year in Idaho. Police have found what they believe are the human remains of the 2 children in the backyard of a fucking house.
Cool.
The guy is the author of he's written several apocalyptic novels loosely based on Mormon religion teachings.
Oh God, of course he has.
So I'm happy that they're gonna get fucking busted to the balls for that one. So they they found it. So they're just doing the final bit of testing on it as we speak, and they're gonna get fucked up the ass in a prison somewhere.
We hope.
Yes.
That sucks. But good thing we took so much precaution over the last few months so that we could all just like fucking kill each other.
As soon as shit gets fucking lifted.
Fucking guys. That's fucked up. I don't even understand. I don't understand. Well, I don't understand killing kids to begin with. That just freaks me out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Why? How pathetic of a piece of shit are you that you're going to, I just don't get it.
Yeah, no, neither do I. I don't want to get it, to be honest.
No. Oh my God. If there's ever a day where I'm like, you know what, Eric, I understand now. Just fucking shoot me.
Yeah. Right.
Push me in front of a fucking truck. I don't care. Just make me stop breathing.
Have you seen me recently? I couldn't push you.
Yeah, actually, no. Fat guys are easy to knock off balance. Just get me off filter. That's all I got to do.
I hope you're right.
I'm fat. Trust me.
Well, then, if I can't push you, I'll hit you with a car or something. I'll take care of the problem.
Yeah, either way, just drive me over. I won't complain. I'll come up to you one day. Hey, Eric, I actually understand why people do this now. I get it. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'll go stand in front. Hang on.
I can't find, I found our show on this site, but I can't get it to play.
That's the trick. They put us on there, but they won't let you listen to it.
I'm thinking maybe perhaps I have to download the app, which they have an app on the App Store.
No.
We don't have an app on the App Store yet. Still working on it, kids. It's coming, I promise. Right on the tails of our game, which I believe could be just called Gord's Big Balls. And it's like a platformer game where you chase balls around.
Sounds amazing.
I've got a couple different ideas, but so far this is where my learning code has got me. Right.
There's a thing going around, by the way. There's a thing going around right now of some reporter had gone undercover to expose the Antifa recruitment and combat training,
Right.
and all their connections, all this other shit. I mean, again, take everything with a really big grain of salt. The whole thing with this one is that it was done with the Rose City Antifa. I don't even know where the fuck Rose City. They wouldn't even tell me that. I don't even know where the
Sounds
fuck
like
Rose
California.
It does sound like California. But they're just like they're talking to this group, and there's a quote on it. I just thought it was great. In the video, this guy's quote is amazing. He goes, "Don't be that fucking guy with the goddamn spike brass knuckles getting photos taken of you. Police are going to be like, perfect, we can prosecute these fuckers. Look how violent they are. And not that we aren't trying to be, but we need to fucking hide that shit." You're a fucking genius, man. That's amazing.
That's something.
Look how violent they are. And not that we aren't, but we just need to fucking hide that shit.
Well, of course.
Well done.
That's what everyone has to do. Just hide who you really are. Antifa's fucked.
I just thought that shit was so fucking funny.
That's great. I want that guy writing speeches for us when we're prime minister.
Right. Well, I have his name if you want it.
No.
I can't pronounce the last name. I'm going to attempt to, but yeah.
Perfect.
There's some consonants and some vowels in it, you know.
Always is.
Yeah. So yeah, I had to read that fucking quote. That's just the best thing in the world.
That's the new quote of the week.
It really is.
I will post it in our show description. If any of you missed it, maybe I'll make that the title. Not that we're not. They accuse me and Gord of being racist. Not that I'm not. But I gotta hide that shit. I am not. Everybody knows I'm not. And if you don't, I'm telling you, I'm not. I am, however, dying. So I am going to cut this episode short. Thank you guys. It's been a blast. Go to work, go to the beach, go to the park, hang out with your families, have fun. Tell governments to piss the fuck off.
Yeah. Live your life. Enjoy it.
And
if got the one.
If cops come up and give you a hard time, just threaten to touch them. I got COVID right now. Come here, copper.
Instantaneously, I ain't touching them.
You have to say copper, though. Come here, copper.
Come here, copper. Jiggers at the cops. I fucking love that line so much. Thank you, Looney Tunes, as a child for that, by the way. Because of you.
The new one won't have that.
It's a stereotype to a Italian mafia, apparently.
Yeah. That new, could you imagine just fucking Looney Tunes with no stereotypes? That's barely a show at all.
It'd be a blank screen.
Yeah, right?
It'd just be the background.
There's no picture. Yep, that's the 20.
Was Chip and Dale, were they Looney Tunes? The two chipmunks?
No, they're Disney, aren't they?
I can't remember.
Pretty sure they're Disney.
Fuck. Because I always like them too, but yeah, I think you're probably right. That sucks. Well, at least they won't get changed.
At least they won't get fucked up.
Disney doesn't give a shit.
No, they still got like pictures of Hitler in their wall.
So I love that episode of Family Guy where Stewie has the time machine, and they go to all these alternate reality machine. He goes to all these alternate realities, and they end up in the Disney one. And everybody's happy, and they're singing the songs, and everybody's happy. They're like, "This is really good. We should stay there." And there's also a knock on the door. "Hi, we're from the Jewish community," and they try to kill them. Like, "Oh yeah, that's right." And Stewie's like, "Well, hang on. No, come on." I love that episode. Aww.
All right,
so fun.
I'm gonna let everybody go here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Send us your emails. Visit gordshop.com and stick around for stuff, movie updates and stuff starting this week. Until later, take care of each other.
Stop being fucking retarded.
Well said.
Thank you.
Good night. I'm stopping the recording now.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to obtain professional legal and medical services.